All right, guys, so good morning. We're here to Legion at like 6:10, I believe. Another morning. It's just, I don't know how long this is gonna last, but honestly, I'm kind of starting to get accustomed to it, just because I like how much time I have after, right? Because essentially I'm done around 8:30, and that's a whole lot of time to do a whole lot of like whatever I need to, right? And it just so happens to be that right now, you know, I'm having to watch my son for like 12 hours, right? Saria is still like in stable condition, you know, but you know, when duty calls, you gotta answer, you know, so that's really all that is, you know. My household needs me to perform a certain duty, a certain act. So what do? I make it work. You know, what can I move around to be dependable in the situation that calls for me, right? So you can do what you got to do. So yeah, let's just talk about what we have for today's deadlifts. I'm kind of just not wasting time, but it's because my rein fell out of my hand on the way in and it rolled, so I'm kind of waiting for it to like die down a little. I don't want it to blow up in my face. So for today we have a top triple at 6, right? So if we go off what I did last week, then honestly like anywhere between 365 to 375, it should honestly be like the top end. You know, like Joey gave me some caps, but I think that was just expecting my deadlift to kind of not show up, because like, just hear me out. Like normally it doesn't. Normally my deadlift does not like show up how it did last week. You know, like 800 for 3 is normally something that like I can do easily and routine like in rhythm, not like off a peak, off a competition, because you guys have to realize that by the time I have peaked and competed and rested a week, I've only trained about 3 times in the last 14 to 20 days. So the frequency at which I've trained, and then to boot, extremely low volume, right? Like on meet day, I warmed up and I only hit 9 attempts that whole day. And then before that, you know, I didn't train for 4 days. Very minimal, very little work into the peak, right? So obviously like strength expression, when you're getting back into volume and the groove of things, it does have, there normally is an adjustment period. Now I'm not saying that I didn't take a drop, you know, because obviously I've moved 800 pounds for 3 or more way better, you know, like obviously like my technique feels rusty. Obviously there's, you know, it's just there is an adjustment period, right? But for my like strength to have been where it was, you know, that's a good sign. So I'm gonna go ahead and open my rein to make sure that it's not gonna like fizzle in my face. In the name of Jesus, let this not blow up in my face. That's good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and warm up. I'm gonna do 5 minutes on the treadmill. The negative of training so early is like your body is like, think of it this way, you know, like you spent years training at 10 a.m. or 11 or 12 or noon, right? And like your body's accustomed to training with a meal after being awake for 4 or 5 hours, right? And now you're going from waking up at 7 to 8 to like waking up at 5 o'clock, and essentially like instead of like that time that your body normally takes to like wake up, you know, and like things are like nice and like lubricated, like your brain is working, you're just like brushing your teeth, getting dressed, drinking 48 ounces of water, and you're just like hitting straight to the gym, right? So I do think that when you make changes like this, your warm-ups become even more important, right? So, cheers, baby. All right, guys, let's get a move on with these weights. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3 breads first warm-up. Probably go 6 reps, second warm-up. Just save some time, man. I've wasted a good chunk. Deadlifts actually feel way better from a technical perspective to do. I don't think I've ever made the 3 to 6 plate jump before. Not bad. Like, obviously you can tell that, you know, you're making a big jump, but I'm gonna watch the video back after this, but I think we'll go 372, so 821. Trying to find the Mackie collars. Oh, they're over there. So it'll actually be 373 and a half. Our small rest period, then we're gonna get after this, baby. All right, guys, so that was 373 and a half kilos, which is let's do the math real quick. So I mean, I know 372 and a half is 821, so I think it's just 823, but I don't like being incorrect. So yeah, it's 823 pounds, 823.43 pounds, so almost 823 and a half, right? But if you guys have paid attention and know me, like, I'm not the kind of guy to round up if it's not the full pound. Like, my squat from SPD Austin was, all right, guys, so update. I forgot that the yellows or the 15 kg plates have been misplaced somewhere. So I'm just gonna settle for 235, which is 518. Just 15 kilos less, which honestly should be all right. But for this first rep, I'm gonna alternate. All right, I'm gonna just strap up for these last few sets, and then we'll go over to hack squats. All right, I'm gonna try doing something crazy because somebody, I don't know who, somebody keeps moving all the plates away from this hack squat. So I have one plate on each side, but I'm gonna do something crazy. Single leg hack squat. Oh yeah. Not gonna lie, it's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Whew. One more. Whew. Not gonna lie, that's crazy work. That's crazy work. That is like the hardest single leg machine I've ever done. Whew. Fun fact, I actually used to be able to do whatchamacall. I used to be able to do pistol squats in high school, like to a medicine ball. Whew. That's what this feels like. But obviously, like, I'm stuck in the machine, you know, so it's way easier, way easier. I definitely would take, it would take me a lot of practice to be able to transfer it over to a real life pistol squat. So I think I'm gonna do one more set. I do have to hurry. I need to go get some medicine, so I need to hurry with these sets, but I'm very intrigued by the level of difficulty, especially at this load. Like, this is crazy work. Whew. Oh. One more set to do. I'm not gonna skip that third set. I'm not gonna do it. Whew. What's up, brother? You ever do a single leg hack squats?
Yes, bro.
They're very interesting.
They're humbling, I'll tell you that. My favorite thing on these is the sissy squats, man.
Oh, the sissy squats?
Dude, I love sissy squats. Dude, it's funny because my rectus femoris,
yeah,
the one that comes across, it like has striations. It's so overdeveloped. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's how I feel, bro. I think cause my entire like right side of my body,
yeah,
like especially from the hip down, is kind of dinged up, and I think that's from when I had my foot surgery.
What the actual fuck, dude?
Oh yeah, bro.
What the fuck?
Whew.
Dude, that's how turkey legs at Fiesta used to look before they started getting small and taxed, bro.
Yeah, bro. And taxing too, bro.
I'll let you get back after.
All right, brother.
Just wanted to check in on you.
Ooh. Next, baby. I think this is abduction, right? Abduction is Well, I'm doing this one because last week I did out. So just gonna finish out today's workout with this. Ooh, another good day today, man. Another good day today. I clutched up. I essentially finished this workout in a little over an hour. Okay, it's getting hard. Oh, so, you know, we warmed up to 821 and essentially 3 attempts, right, with top set being third. So we went 375 to 705. So we did, I think, like 4 or 5 reps with 375, and then we did 1 rep with 705, and then we went straight to the triple, which was 823 for 3, and then we settled with 518 for my 3x5, all beltless. First set alternated mix, last 2 sets strapped up, and then we did 3 sets of 8 each leg, ass to grass, single leg hack squat. Oh man, that was something. That was something indeed. And honestly, I think I'm gonna start throwing it in, just because I know for a fact that, like, my Achilles feeling tight. It's on the exact same side where I have that knee irritation / tightness. I could literally feel it. So I think hitting that movement is just gonna strengthen those weakened muscles, and I think it's gonna help rehab, and we'll get back to being pain-free. And then next week I'll probably go up another 10 kilos, so 842, which would be 382 and a half, but it'll probably really be 383 and a half, just because I've been using the Mackie clamps. Oh, damn. My groin is weak. Oh. Whew, one more set. But I just feel like, honestly, I feel like I haven't missed a beat. You know, I feel like, you know, we took care of business in Austin. Took a week off, you know, unintentionally. First 2-3 days intentional. The rest of the week, you know, that was a family emergency. I don't know if I'll let you guys know this, but you know, I was in the hospital with Saria. You know, she was going into preterm labor, and we needed some medical intervention to, you know, prevent Niall from being a preemie. To prevent my son from being a preemie. So, you know, glory to God for keeping an eye on us with that. And then, you know, I've just had to swap my schedule to coming in at 6. You know, wake up at 5 every morning, you know, get to the gym by 6. So, you know, it's been a, you know, I think the change, that's what I'm saying, like, I think what's also keeping me motivated and fresh is the changes, right? Because I have a new set of variables that I'm having to remaster and relearn. So in that way, you know, there are areas where I can improve. Like, honestly, where I've been lacking on right now is my food intake. So I'm probably down a little bit. Maybe not too much, because honestly, it is like extremely difficult for me to lose weight. Like, I have to be eating like I have to eat like 3,500 calories, or if I want to eat more food, like 4,000 calories with cardio involved. But I just haven't really had the time to, you know, if I came in at 6 and I got started like at 6:05, 6:10, I think I would have the time. But with the way things are right now, like cardio is one thing that I've kind of been lacking on. But what I did last week and what I'll probably start doing every Friday is I'm gonna jog in between my bench sets. Or I don't know, like it felt good to jog, honestly. So I'll probably jog again next Monday. But anyway, that's enough yapping. I'm gonna go put my normie shoes on, hoodie, so I don't get sick, and then we'll get on out of here. So I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed that Space Marines video. I know I could have probably improved my audio, but you know, that's something I'll do next time. So